Very good morning to students. Today we are going to discuss some more definitions like stripping ratio on stream stability and various small scale industries related to mining, like clay mine, limestone, laser deposits, and other quarry dimension stones, marble industries, which are coming to the mine. So the today topic is the again a different basic concepts about surface mining in its durations, right? Alluvial mining, strip mining, small scale mining, granite, limestone, slope stability. We are completely minutes durations. It's coming to the objectives of the stuff. We can able to after completion, we can able to understand the different definitions of the surface mining. In such particularly alluvial mining and strip mining, small scale mining, granite, limestone, and slope stability. Recapping the ones, what are the things your earlier classes completed? You know that's the hanging of course you have completed. Hall roads, stripping ratio, economic cut value, quarry limit, and laser. These are the earlier classes you are like. The coming to the first definition is alluvial mining. It is actually formation is itself is this character will be different. The deposits are mined by surface method. In general, the entire routes are unconsolidated material being transported. The washeries are beneficiary plants and it's processed into separate mineral wanted from gas. For extraction of a mineral, intensive verification techniques are adopted to make the mining economically viable, usually for the removal and transportation of the mineral, and waste excavators and dumpers are used. So the alluvial mining deposits formations in depending upon the geological intensity, the identification of the yes, this is the alluvial deposit. So the mining will be so not like the uniform like border pillar or long wall or open cast mining or some these method is different. Wherever richness of alluvial deposits formation is identified by the geologists, that places only this mining method is applicable. Otherwise, the wastage, more wastage processing, not only that one, while extraction is a one part of the beneficiation, because the water most time they are using the placer mining methodology or this excavation and pour into the water area, so that that will be leads to the processing of deposits, which is a rich and rare minerals we are getting through the alluvial mining methods, where the alluvial deposits available. Now, another one more definition I given it is a mining of stream bed deposits, also known as alluvial deposits. So sometimes they call stream bed deposits. These are the weathering process. There is a particular water weathering process. These deposits are formed in the specific locations. These alluvial deposits are formed when the minerals are eroded from their sources and then transported by the water to a new local. Uh, so formation is one area and transported is another area and deposits in another area. So these the activities are identified by the geologist. Then once identified the deposits, then start the mining operation. So I give a typical picture, typical uh, typical image of the alluvial mining deposits is shown here. This is a complete view of the alluvial mining uh, for the purpose. You easily identified here. Uh, there is a deposits, or these are alluvial deposits. It's completely these are alluvial deposits, and there is extraction processes going on there. The including the waste and that rare deposits are entering to the processing. This is a simple site. There is a simple site, alluvial mining. So you see the difference between the general mining and alluvial mining. It is a process. There is itself. There is a processing going on. This is a mineral processing technique. Strictly speaking, it is a mineral processing technique because the more wastages is coming because the quantity of getting is very less. The quantity of getting mineral is very less compared to waste, but the marketing value is more. Such that this much of this area we will easily identify the alluvial mining projects going on here. Some more videos you can be see coming slides. Right. So this is the a deposit showing that alluvium formed deposits, which is a rocks, small ore rocks. Here is identified this one. This geologists are identified. So how do they extract? These are almost wastage, immediate wastage. So water in the laser mining method, you can be extracting these things. Some more image you can see. Yes, it is exactly this. So this is a shisho water weathering deposits are formed in the coast part of the or end part of the river path. He was collecting that material and pour into the same water. So he will get the by gravity due to the washery technique or tabling method. He will get the stones. Some valuable stones will be getting here. Include diamond. Most of the diamonds also sometimes the formations will getting here itself. This is also the alluvial mining method. Yes, this is also the most of the recently in Myanmar is a popular for the gemstones deposits. Once enrichment deposits available in this year, they continuously digging, going us inside. They surprising they may get a large time at a time one place or sometime not appearing also, depending upon the formation of that richness of these gemstones. Particularly in the Vizag area, it's also this type of alluvial mining deposits mining is going on. It's a beautiful one picture is showing here. Here is a gold is farming in this area. The gold is farming in this area. So see, this is the very rare opportunity for filtering of this area. So what will flowing from that heavy specific gravity material will be uh, this is this curve area. This curve area is there available. So this is one typical example of the alluvial deposits. Then H. Yes, this is a complete how the alluvial deposits forming. Actually, this is geological part, but the basic idea why alluvial deposits forming like this. So this is the big idea when eruption is happening in this lava. That is, eruption is happening in the eruptions to the earth of fire zones. That will be crater zones that will fall into the erosion transport through the river where gravels or diamond deposits. It will be going uh, inside and current of the water due to water. It will falling somewhere else. So this is the cause of the some years back. The situation has happened. It will be transported from that place to other places through the different mechanism. So this is one reason of the seeing the how the deposits are forming in around the river area. Now, this is one other example of the formation of alluvial deposits. Here is the terrace. and we also another terrace here is showing. The point of bar it is called. This is a lateral accreditation deposits, a vertical accreditation deposits. This is a soil oxoblow, Gravasi splay, float plain, float plain deposits, and waste discharges from the terrace deposits. This is the one typical example. So this is also alluvial mine deposit when a small quarry example is showing here. So this is completely digging and waste filtered in such a way that. So this is exactly wherever the oceans particularly, the river is flowing from the earth to the end point is ocean. So such way the also deposits are available in these spots. These spots. So this is one typical example for the alluvial deposits formations in around this area. So the identified by geologists that can be go to the mining processing. So this is also one of the example. So you see the collecting the person by shovel and then bring then again the water treatment, then we get the valuable thing. And then the other cutting is also important. Once the raw is getting, then they will be cut it by the diamond experts. They will getting the highly marketable diamonds. Yes, this is a small scale industry in South Africa area. This is about in South Africa people. They collect all the material like what is are showing here. So these materials nearer there will be again the watering. So get the valued material. This process is nothing but many process. Then you see the in villages or some gold shops area. Some of the people will be collecting the waste of in front of the what are the waste dumped by the gold shops to merchants. So they are taking away into the home and continuously water pouring that one. The high value, especially gravity, is be falling down. So that will get the 1 or 2 grams. That is a market in now 3,000 to 4,000. If you get the 1 gram itself. So this is a operation is going on here. Similarly, here is also using some filter here by their complete water will be wastage will be filtered here and high weight specific gravity material can be collected. This is another method of the alluvial mining. So this is alluvial deposits forming here. These are alluvial deposits. So I think you can understand the alluvial deposit formation and how they will be mining. So alluvial deposits are the purely identified by geologists. Then mining operation will be going. So searching of that alluvial deposits is depending upon the weathering of water or air or something, the geological technology. So then mining by the easiest and the simple manual methods or sometimes mechanized methods. That's nothing but verifications. Now I am going to the second part. That is a strip mining. That's a strip mining. Yes. What is the mean by strip mining? Strip mining in an open cast mining, if the mineral deposit is covered by waste rock, then it will be termed as a overburden. In open cast mining, if the mineral deposit is covered by waste rock, then it will be termed as a overburden. In open cast mining, if the mineral deposit is covered by waste rock, then it will be termed as overburden. And the operation involved with the removal of the overburden in successive layers is known as strip. So most of the terminology, most of the coal mines are using also. There will be a sedimentary deposit core over the a continuously continuously waste will be forming. Continuously waste will be forming. So Uh, Continuously, waste can be stripped by layer by layer, by layer is called a stripping operation. And the strip mining is a most of the open cast mine with overcast the unwanted material usually. This term is more predominant in most of the United States of America. This operation is the most prominent word using in other states also, other countries also. So now you can easily understand there is a ore button removing like a stage wise, strip wise, 5 meter, 3 meter, 3 meter, depending upon our stripping capacity of mine. That is called strip mine. So no the difference. The removal of OP over the our ore or core. Strip mining is the practice of mining in a seam of a mineral by first removing the long strip of overlying soil and rock. This activity is also referred to as a ore button removal. It is most commonly used to the mine core and lignite brown coal. In under most of the naval lignite and Gujarat Lignite Corporation, our India, most of the these lignite mining is removed by the strip mining methodology. Strip mining is a process of removing the thin strip of ore button, earth, soil above reserve deposit, dumping the removed ore button behind the deposit, extracting the desired deposit, creating a second parallel strip in the same manner and depositing the waste material from the second. So this is a one stage wise operations. Showing the one beautiful figure for the this is a open cast stripping mining method. You can observe the layer by layer there will be extracted and farming like a wastage dump. This is one strip. This is another strip. So this is called the strip mining operation. And one more sketch you can observe here, where is strip mining, spoil, punk, and trench. You easily identify the various activities going on each bench. So this is a continuous operation. This is a continuous operation exposing the ore deposits. Ore deposits are also extracted in strip manner. A dump will be happening. Next, there is a tree plantation is going here on side. Right. This is the meaning of the strip mining method. Now, so we can observe the what is the mean by strip mining means OB can be removed in a specified manner called a strip mining method. Now I go to the another small scale mining in granites. The small scale industry you can say. Most of the quarry, this is the most of the students very confusing stage open cast mining. But at the same time, you go through the villages in some area, Nelkondapalli, Nalgonda, Khammam, in Andhra Pradesh, also Chimakurti area. The most of the granite industries are there. They are quarry. So this is should be know that the student can be able to understand the difference between the open cast mine and quarry diamond stone mines. So quarry is a type of open pit, no doubt it, which rock or mineral are extracted. Quarry has a general use in extraction, a building material such as the dimension stone. So here you can particularly know the dimension stone. So most of the our building by material purpose, you are using flooring purpose. There is a marbles are you are using marbles and granite for kitchen balas or decorative items for you go through the granite. There should be in dimensions because 1 feet by 1 feet some rate is there. So if you go through huge big size, so there will be dimension is required. So they're called dimension stone. Similarly, quarry also shallower than other type of open pit mines. So quarry is often mistaken for other type of open pit or open cast such as borrow or gravel pits. Mining and quarrying. Mining and quarrying. Mining is the process of extraction buried material below the earth surface. Quarrying refer to extracting material uh, direct from the surface. In mining and quarrying, uh, water is used as a gets polluted in the range of activity, including the general processing, dust separation, and of course slurry transport. A quarry is a type of an open mine which the dimension, stone, rock, constructed, aggregated, riprap, sand, gravel, or slates extracted from the ground. So the quarry is a broad word. Now you can understand the quarry is a broad word. It will be give the diamond stone like lime, marble, and granite, or construction purpose. We could use the most of them is called as the kankara or belestel rock. That is 40 size, 20 size. In mill areas, most of the building in for construction of the slabbing purpose, the gravel is very important. So thus you will also getting from that quarry only. That is a stone quarry or some the milling sometimes called as a. So these are the slates also. Nowadays not using slates is the most slates is mostly used in the for the purpose of the marbles or something. These are the major part of the quarry. So now come to what type of the quarry mines are what are the minerals we are getting from the quarry. The rock extracted from the quarry include chalk. This is the most important in the limestone deposits, and the china clay, cinder, and a general clay. Of course, coal is one part of quarrying also sometimes called. Sand and gravel, coquina, diabase, gabbro, granite, gritstone, gypsum. This is one of the important item for the most of the material for using for building purpose. Gypsum and limestone, marble, other ores, phosphate rock, and so quartz is also one of the part. Most popularly for cement industry using sandstone and also slates. These are the almost all these using the popular known as a quarries. Now coming to one by one. Now we come to method of quarrying. What is the method of quarrying going on? The method of removal of stone from their natural bed by using different operation is called the quarrying. Methods of quarrying include digging, heating, wedging, blasting. So this quarrying method is used when the quarry consists of a small and soft piece of stone. Then you go to the digging. This method is when the natural rock bed is horizontal and small in thickness. The going heating process. And wedging is another method. The method is used when the hard rock consists of natural fissures. When natural fissures are absent, then the artificial fissures are prepared by the drilling holes. So these are the called wedging method. And general method is blasting. It is the process of removal of stone with the help of controlled explosives to fill in the holes of the whole stone. Line of least resistance play a very important role in the blasting process. These are called blasting. So these four techniques can be anyone can go to depending upon the stone character and the our requirement of the stone excavation. The following steps are used in the blasting process. What are they using? Drilling. Holes blast holes are drilled by using drilling machine and charging by the explosive powder and feed into the clean and dried blast hole. The remaining portion of the blast holes are filled by the clay or ash or fuse or bearing. Then fuse of the blast holes are fired by using electrical power supply match the sticks. These are the general processing of the in quarry. And one more, so many quarry stones such as the marble, granite, limestone, sandstone are cut into large slabs, are removed from the quarry. The surface are polished and finished with the varying degrees of the seals. Luster, you can say. Polished slabs are often cut into the tiles or countertops and installed in many kinds of residential and commercial properties. Natural stone quarried from the earth is often considered a luxury and tends to be highly durable surface. Those highly desirable. So this is the one best example I'm showing in the marble here. This is the blocks. This is you can be observed. This is the one bench. This is the bench. So this much of block is a very important while cutting. It's a big block. So here for your dimensionally the cut pattern is showing. If they here is the proper wedging method or splitting method or uh, drill hole blasting method is not different. So once you blast, everything is defragment, but here not fragment is required. If, how much block will getting, the big block will be more marketable. So that the proper way of approach is required for the marble mining. So this is also another marble mining showing here from the I think this example of Rajasthan some area. See that. So this is also one example of a marble. So these are stepwise they're moving with the safety point of view. But marble is the character of consolidated degree. The slope stability will be very less here. That means almost 90 degree they're maintaining the verticality. Sometimes it's a danger for the some granite mines. So depending on the marble character, you have to maintain them. Otherwise, you have to maintain. Say, but if they for marketing purpose, they require this much of blocks, large blocks. The cutting is required. So this is another granite. This is a granite. So this granite is also granite piece. The most of the Karimnagar and Kamavir is the most popular. They are exporting the foreign countries, China like, right? Then this is also one of the model of the marble. Here clear is showing here the cutting procedure with without disturbing the quarry blocks. Without disturbing the quarry blocks, they will be systematically extraction the blocks, the uniform slates. They call it swabbing purpose. The type of rock extracted from the quarries include cinder, china clay, and Kokwana, construction aggregated granite, grit stone, gypsum mineral, limestone, marble, sandstone, slate. These are the types you already aware this some of them. Coming slides, we go through the other what is I mean by cinders, chain, clays. But most of the these are all called as a extracted by quarry. It's called as a quarry. Now I come to the one by one. A cinder is a pyroclastic material. Cinder are exclusively ignition rocks. They are fragments of the solidified lava. Cinders are typically brown block or red depending on chemical composition and weathering. Cinders are similar to the pumice. That's a geological terminology. Most of these are the cinders. Another the chena clays. These also called the calorin, also called the chena clay, soft white clay that is essential for the ingredient of the manufacturing of the china and porcelains that is called as the vessels, the porcelain vessels, and widely used in the making of paper, rubber, paint, and other many other products. Kaolin is a name after the hill in China. from which was mined for the centuries back. So that's why called as the China. Similarly, quartzite is a sedimentary rock that is a composite either wholly or almost entirely the transport bronded and mechanically shorted fragments of the shells or uh, the other invertebrate. The term comes from the Spanish word, so that's why they call it cockleish or shellfish. Shellfish we call it shellfish. Uh, that figures also is showing that here. So these are the most of the shell type. The seashore they're forming this. So that's called shellfish. This is one type of material. The another is the construction of aggregated, similar aggregated is a broad category of coarse to medium grained particulars material used in the construction, including the sand gravel. Granite is a common type of felsic intrusion ignition rock that is a granular and penetrating in texture. Granite can be predominantly white, pink, or gray in color. Grint stone or grint is a hard, coarse grained Celsius sandstone. This term is especially applied to such sandstone that are quarried for building material. The greenstone is called as a, gypsum is most of our PVP, the POP purpose they are using. Gypsum boards is most of the Vizag area will get it. This is soft sulfate mineral composed of calcium sulfate dihydrate with the chemical formula, calcium. This is showing here. Chips are also crystallized as a translucent crystal of this selenite. It is form of an evaporite mineral and is a hydration product of anhydrite. So I showing that this is a gypsum model. This is a gypsum. Most of the research areas will be available these things. Now I go to the next slide. That is a sandstone. Sandstone is a most of the know that sandstone are using for a grain mineral rock organic mineral. It is also contain the cementing material. Most of the sandstone is using for the cementing material. The binds that sand gained together that many contain a matrix of silt or clay sized particles that occupy the spaces between the sand grains. Slate is a fine grained foliaceous homogeneous metamorphic rock derived from an original shale type sedimentary rock composed by clay or volcanic ash. Now, quarry is a level areas often have special engineering problem for drainage. Quarry is excavated from more than 16 feet, almost 18-meter below the sea level. To reduce the surface leakages, clay was constructed around the entire quarry. Groundwater is the steep into the pit, pumped up to the moat. Many quarries fill in the water to become the ponds or small lakes after the abandonment of mining purpose. Other have become the landfilling. So many quarries, you see the ACC in Mancherial area, they are using for the limestone after extraction. They left the quarry and they filled with water and using as a tourism purpose. This is one reclamation or reproducing the original thing. Uh, this is the one thing. Now we're coming to the limestone. The quarrying is taking rock from the ground or hill, either by digging with machines or by breaking up the rock with explosives. Limestone rock, limestone rock, Ramna is used in the manufacturing of manufacturing of iron and steel, in making agricultural land more fertile by reducing acidity. It is used more than any other stone in motorway or roads. So most of cement company are using limestone. In most of the UK, Europe limestone used for large fraction of all concrete. Technologically, it will play a big part in future efforts to reduce the sulfur emission from industry and will very likely play some role in the controlling how and where the carbon is segregated. So this is also used in industrial uses, not only for the cement purpose, they also use it other industrial applications also. Limestone is a carbonate sedimentary rock that is often composed of the skeletal fragments of marine organisms such as coral, foraminifera, and molluscs. It is a major material or mineral of the calcite and uh, acronite, which are different crystal form of the calcium carbonate. A closely related rock is a dolomite, which is contain the high percentage of the mineral dolomite. So that is the chemical equation is showing here. Then it is one limestone mine. The simple continuous surface continuous mine using the cutting the thin section of around 1.5 meters worth to 1 meter below 1 meter by the continuous emission, the continuously loading to the. This is a limestone mine, but limestone is available in a small powder to the large powder also depending, and also limestone underground mines also there. But most of our South India in our around also the open cast limestones are more used. Some countries there will be underground limestones also. The highest hardness also available in limestone characters is concerned. This is one example of limestone mine. This is also one quarry limestone. There is all the Warby and other characterized limestone is showing here. This is a crystallized limestone, the charcoalite. Granite is also available here. So black cotton soil. So this is a view, the different views of the Pentecost things. Go to the next slide. Slope stability. So now the above methods all are the different alluvial mining and strip mining, different small scale industry mines also quarry. We are already completed. Now we enter into the slope stability. This is one of the typical word definition is required. Slope stability. Uh, this is the one particularly in the angle of repose, maintenance of the banking, bench angle. This is one influencing factor. A judicious choice of the overall pit slope becomes essential, particularly in a deep open pit, when the huge rock masses on the pit slope can fall, causing danger to the machinery and blocking of the mining operation. Hence, the accuracy of the predictable stability slope depending on the low accuracy. So slope stability is the potential of the soil covered slopes to be withstanding underground movement. Stability is determined by the balance of the shear stress and shear strength. A previously stable slope may be initially affected by the preparatory factor, making the slope continuously unstable. Slope stability analysis is a static or a dynamic, analytical or empirical method to evaluate the stability of earth and rock fill dam embankments, excavated slopes, and natural slopes in soil and rock. Slope stability refer to the conditions inclined shore, rock slope, withstand or underground movement. The stability condition of the slopes in a subject of the study, research in a soil mechanics, geotechnical engineering and geoengineering geology. Analysis are generally aimed at understanding the causes of an occurred slope failures are the factors that can be potentially triggered a slope movement, resulting in a landslides as well as it's preventing the initiation of such movement, slowing it down or arresting through the migration countermeasures. So suitability is a very most of the accidents recently Myanmar accidents we are observed. Northern coalfield limited is observed. Even open cast mines, some single columns also slope failures are occurring due to the proper inclination you are not should not be maintained or designed in a while uh, operation is started. So that examples is showing that slope stability. I'm giving the typical example of slope stability. Slope mass will be fallen down. Slope mass will fall down. Interfaces here. Slope mass. This is most of the so fall down is called a wedge failure. Sometimes called some base failure is also there. Slope base. This is a failure. The slope mass is falling down. And another is also definition. Key word some term using. There is a center of the rotation always. This is the slope. Uh, this is a slope. This is a slope. The, uh, cra- uh, falling here the based on the center of is there. So this will maybe fall like this. It's called base failure. The slow failure surface, the sliding mass is a crystal slopes. So this is the one typical for calculation purpose. The how much load will come into downwards, how much resistance is there, what are the other factors is influencing. So how much from here, from center to here, the mass will be going to fall down. There will be calculation required. This type of nomenclatures they are important. So that's why I'm showing for the purpose. Now, this is also another typical examples of for the slope stability. Here you observe the sliding beneath the side hill fill slip controller by the weak soil on which fill was placed. The fill soil, soundstone, clay, shale. So failure within the side hill, original ground line. This is the original ground line. The another is a soft silt clay, grow or slag counterweight fill. This is also another one type is stability. Soft zone. These are the examples for that one. So this is also same example I showing here. This is a tendency to falling area. So this is the one example. You always the cohesion force of the material will be acting that the weight will be falling down. So whenever cohesion force is more, stable is more. If the cohesion force is less than the weight of this material, automatically the bench will be falling like this. The driving force, that can be driving force, the weight of the slope. Resisting force is strength of the soil along the slip surface, better setter twice. So this is another example of failure surface, water table, right? This mechanical properties such as a cohesion, angle of friction, pressure, and seepage of water are the major driving forces to the failure of the uh, that slope. So now I am going concluding the slope stability. In these words, the stability of the slope can be increased by decreasing of the slope's angle. Many slope failures can be prevented by the decreasing the pore water pressure. This can be achieved by the proceeding efficiently drainage system of the pit walls. If even there is a danger to the stability, it can be increased by the cementing, grounding, or rock grounding. Now the so many definitions and so many new words are you are learned. I hope that now I am giving the one quiz summarized above one where all discussed about alluvial mining, strip mining, small scale mining in a granite, limestone, and slope step. These are your covered in the guest lecture of the entire class, 50 minutes class. Now so I'm giving the one quiz here. The operation involved with the removal of overburden in the successive layers is known as stripping. So this is one typical questions coming in our competitive examinations. That is even go through JNA, junior mining engineer or singer and college examinations, competitive exams. This type of question you can expect multiple choice or like filling the blanks. So this question is answer is stripping. The operation involved with the removal of overburden successive layers. This word is very important. Otherwise, this called as another thing, successive layers known as stripping. This is a simple definition. Then, right, write the any brief about our assignment. This is a two-day assignment. Write about stripping mining with a neat sketch that explain that one. Now I am going to no, now most of the questions are maybe expected in the examination also. These definitions. Right. Thank you. I hope that this today lecture will be enjoyed you a lot. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.